All right, we're inside the piggery, and Jen noticed. Yeah, that's a big electric wire would come through there like a battery cable or something like that.
Do you want to take that too?
No, Jen noticed that somebody gone through and picked a lot of glass, and this is definitely a bone here, a pig bone for sure.
Pig bone, yeah.
Yep, for sure. And look, they also found some coal too, some pieces of anthracite, the real hard coal here, so that's pretty cool for burning. So yeah, somebody you know, some more of the iron and stuff, some of the old hinges and other things. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, we don't just want to be scrap iron dealers and stuff, so I don't mind taking that one home, but you know, with the well, the other one we'll decide if it's interesting enough to take. But there's a lot of broken bottles here, so probably what happened here is somebody ripped up the old flooring to get down below where coins would fall through the cracks and stuff like that. So, all right, we're going to do some more sweeping.
Here's a sitting bench that fell over. See back here?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a bench or yeah, I reckon that is a bench. I thought it was a subflooring there, but
see two things on. That's a bench, and then here it's got its
all right. Well, we want to be damn careful with snakes in here. So okay, we're going to roll out of here now. Right? If a snake runs into Missy Jen, it's going to have an awful bad day here. So, all right. All right, I'm going to move out of here. Here's a pretty cool find. Some of the ornamental ironwork that would have been on the probably on the front of the building and stuff up there. Pretty cool. We're not going to take it out, but isn't that cool, huh? I mean, you don't think that's real old school. This piece went over to this side, so.
That
awesome.
Was made in the late 1800s.
1800s? Yeah, that's it. That's stripped steel right there, so pretty cool. Alright, let's keep rolling along. We're rolling towards the car now. We've had a fun day today. Jen and I are making our way to the car, and you can see these things look like big barrel hoops here that you would tighten down. They're just big circles. They look like what, Jen? Maybe 20 feet in diameter, these, and they're all over the place on this hill because there used to be a cave. There may still be caves built into the side of the hill for aging, and the hill is just covered with these things. So these either look like some type of reinforcing. I mean, there's probably just, I can see maybe 24 of these things around here, so kind of cool. And we're looking back at the winery, the edge of the building there. So this site just continues to give really cool stuff. The more we explore in here, and we're probably seeing stuff very few people have seen in here before. Okay, it's not a big prize. We got our prizes today, but we can appreciate history a little bit too.
Right.
I mean, where else are you going to see huge barrel tightening? This is all that I can think that they are, is to keep these barrels. And when Jen tells you they were big barrels, they were probably 20 feet tall.
100+ years ago, those things were around these big barrels. And I'm going to show Rosie a picture, a drawing that I found that shows 3 huge
yeah, I mean, they're huge.
Barrels. Very
and they look like they hold 500 to 1,000 gallons each one of those barrels. So if they were on the outside, it's possible that they were nested into this hill right here. And what you're seeing here is the remnants as the wood rotted and all the other things that the barrel staves, what you would call these, the tighteners, just landed on the ground, because they seem to be in several distinct piles here. So it's really kind of interesting. So yeah, okay, well, we're gonna move on, but I'll tell you, it's really incredible over here to see this site and think about the people that worked this site, you know, 100 years ago and everything.
You start finding pictures of what the operation looked like, drawings. They didn't have cameras back then.
Well, they had cameras. We have a few pictures of the residents, but very few pictures were taken inside of the distillery and winery there. So
I've got some drawings and stuff by hand that you can kind of really imagine You know, I can envision people literally working right now.
And it's just amazing. I think if you were to scrap out, this would probably be a good ton, 2,000 pounds of steel in here to be.
1,800 bucks.
Yeah, 900 bucks a pound for scrap steel, right? I mean, 900 bucks a ton for this kind of stuff right now. So, yeah, well, it continues to yield some really, really cool surprises. Well, we're going to keep trucking to the car, and I'm going to keep sweeping as we go. So
we need to have that old bomber pickup truck. So we
need that bomber and come in here and grab this schmutz and load it up. All right, well, that concludes another great day on the dig site. I think we got 2 more silver, and we got an old school piece of adjusting gear for adjusting cog for probably something for the piggery there. And we also saw, you know, where the there was some other metal too in the piggery, and we saw some coal, some pieces of coal there. So, and those things those pieces of coal would look exactly like they did 100 years ago, like they did 500,000 years ago. I mean, that's old stuff. We also saw the barrel hoops, just an amazing number of 20-foot diameter, probably 30-foot. I don't know what the circumference would be. You figured out 2 pi r, right? 2 times 3.14185 times the radius. So do the math, figure it out. Yeah. So we'll look at it. So not only is metal detecting fun, but metal detecting history is even more fun. So Missy, Jen and I are going to head home. We're going to look at our finds here. Jen's going to look at a few pictures and stuff. And I think we nailed one really valuable quarter today. I think, I'm not an expert, but I think I recall like a 1927S is like a key date standing Liberty quarter. And we got a 1926S from another site. So we're nailing some really nice stuff. So, you know, there's probably 100 great coins on this site all scattered. So, you know, it's going to take a long time to work it, but there's other history to be learned in other sites too. So for Missy, Jen, and myself, have an awesome afternoon, and we'll see you out for the wrap-up vid that we put at the end of this. So stay tuned. We'll go home and get cleaned up, chow down, and enjoy our rest of our afternoon. All right, we are back home. You got your coffee, resting a little bit there, and the day just got more exciting for me here. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We're back from Fountaingrove, Utopian community again, and we had some different kind of finds today, didn't we? I mean, what just wasn't coins that we had, and you can see down on the table before Jen. And why don't you hold up that first, that big? This looks like some kind of adjusting gear here for setting either the slicing or something like that. Over there today at the piggery, we saw pig bones, we saw coal.
Yep.
And this is a nice piece, scrappy piece of iron, and Jen likes all this farm equipment and all that stuff. So that looks like it was maybe from the 1920s or something like that. You can tell because it has the square, you can see the square bolt on the top of it here.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah, they were square. You didn't have the hexagonal and things. So that's pretty doggone cool. And that's a tip off there that you would have adjusted some setting. We also got a really nice piece of brass here, and this thing weighs at least a pound here. And that's that was an old galvanized. Maybe a lightning arrestor or something like that for a building. So that's pretty awesome we got there. And this, I haven't quite figured out what this thing is yet. We'll get the magnifying glass. You know, it's got some markings and stuff on it, but I don't know. You know, I haven't quite figured it out yet. We're gonna kind of clean it up a little bit and take a look at it.
Definitely good metal because the detector and the probe went off on it.
Good metal, some kind of good and cool metal. We got some kind of old school breather cap or something from probably an old engine or something like that we pulled out there. And then we got a dime. And then today we were lucky, we got 2 more standing Liberty quarters. We got a 1929S here, and you can kind of take a look at that. You probably should be able to see that pretty well through there, and that's in pretty good condition. You can read the date and everything on that on the back side. So that's worth at least melt value, which is 12 times. It's worth about $2, $3 for just melt value, but for a collector, it's worth about $7 or $8. And then I kind of had a hunch. This is a 1927 San Francisco standing Liberty quarter here, and a really nice thing about this is really a valuable coin. And I know that because the mintage was kind of low. They were only minted less than 400,000 of this coin. You see over here on the top part, mintage of less than 400,000. And even in the worst grade that you can hardly even make out the date or anything, it's a $39 coin. I don't know how well you can see that down there, but then that ranges up to very good 47 to a fine, which is $126. So the bottom line for Jen and I is this 1927S is a pretty doggone valuable coin. I would say conservatively it's probably worth about $35 to $40. So a great find. So what did you think today on the hunt? What stood out, besides the big barrel staves that we saw? What else were some of the things that stood out for you today?
I actually looked at the entire place, and I envision actually that main street going between all these buildings.
What we call Broadway.
Right, the Broadway, and actually standing there and knowing that 100 years ago, there was all these buildings there and people were working there, living in a community, just already just being there and standing there, just kind of envisioning that is already like grand. So
yeah, you said Santa Rosa has a lot of history for
so that historical, you actually know 100 years ago, 100 plus years ago, what happened right in this spot that you're standing on. You can't say that too often. So
yeah, we get the coins, but I said today, sometimes you stand there and you're looking at history straight on in the face. You're looking at 125 years ago.
And then it's like when you have a find like this here, a lot of people will just see this piece of metal. You know what I see when I see this? I see the barn, I see a guy running a piece of equipment, and this part is moving around on a machine.
That's it, adjusting.
I actually can see a man, working. Doing the deal there, I can really imagine this whole thing, and just that makes it so special.
You had a dream we were going to find some silver.
Yeah, I've been dreaming for 3 nights that we would go to the piggery and find something there, and we
So we found 2 nice pieces and a lot of interesting history today, and we've scored our second really valuable key date coin, the 1927S standing Liberty quarter being considered a key date of that set of coins, and also the 1926S Mercury dime that we scored at the elementary school. So all right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Our third trip out to the Fountaingrove Utopian community, and always cool metal detecting. And like we always say, you never know what you're going to get when that detector sounds
and that's
off.
the beauty about it. It's always a surprise, like when you go Christmas and you open your presents, you don't know what it is. So.
All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching today.